So Canon has recently announced two new cameras, the EOS R5 and the C300 Mark III. Let's talk about them, shall we? Hello, my name is Ryan. This is Thorndike Productions, where I do gear reviews, wedding videos, and narrative filmmaking. And if that sounds interesting to you, make sure you subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss anything. As I mentioned in the intro, Canon has announced cameras that have been, in a way, hyped for quite a while now. The C300 Mark III, as well as the Canon R5. And admittedly, both of them do have specs that are kind of too good to be true in a ways. Because we're talking about stuff that you would expect to see on top of the line cinema cameras. So there has to be a catch of some kind, right? Well, this is just a speculation video. I won't know for myself until I actually get my hands on at least the R5, which I am planning on renting when the time comes, which I don't think there's a release date for the R5 yet, but I'm sure it'll be either later this year or early next year. Now, I'm going to take a moment to actually go over the specifications for the R5 right here. Just wait, if you're interested in the C300 Mark III, wait a little bit longer, and there'll be a timestamp in the description of where I'm talking about each particular camera. And as I go over this, this is kind of part of the reason as to why I think this is too good to be true, or there has to be some kind of catch. The EOS R5, let's see here. Internal 8K 30 frames a second raw video recording. Let's just hope they remember to include 24 frames. Internal 8K 30 frames raw video recording, 422 10-bit C-Log. Internal 4K up to 120 frames a second. 4K 422 10-bit C-Log. External 4K 60p recording over HDMI. No crop 4K, no crop 8K. Dual pixel autofocus. Guess in all 8K and 4K recording modes. C-Log available in all 8K and 4K recording modes, and dual card slots. Oh yeah, it also has in-body image stabilization, which, yeah, it's a first for Canon, but I honestly don't care about that part. Now, the reason I say this might be too good to be true has to do with the fact that it's 8K RAW, 4K 120 frames a second, 422 in a compressed codec. There has to be some kind of catch to this. Like, is this going to be like $5, $6, $7, $8,000 per camera body? Which I would not blame them if they decided to charge that much for such a camera. But I really feel like Canon is really trying to make a comeback here, because at this point, a lot of the consumer grade Canon cameras have been unimpressive. I mean, it's kind of why I ended up switching to Sony. I'm shooting this on the A6400 right now. And yeah, you're starting to see a bit of strides of them trying to get people to come back to Canon or stay with Canon, thanks to the 1DX Mark III and the fact that it can shoot in RAW. Not to mention 5.5K, but I'm more impressed by the fact that it shoots RAW video. This is one camera I'm definitely going to rent because for me, it's ticking off all the boxes as to what I want in a camera with very little compromise. Canon does have great color science. Canon menus are easy to navigate. It's going to have log. It's going to have frame rate options. And look, it's not like I'm going to be going back to Canon, ditching my A6400s anytime soon. I am still going to be shooting with Sony for the time being. But this is definitely making me consider Canon's RF line again. So that's that. But if you're still with Canon EF, well, they're still apparently keeping that mount alive thanks to the C300 Mark III, which can also shoot in 4K 120 frames a second like the EOS R5, and is also able to shoot RAW. And according to the B&H overview of the C300 Mark III, can actually shoot up to 180 frames a second in a 2K crop. And of course, it's going to have everything that you're kind of expecting with this generation of Canon cinema cameras. It's going to have log. It's going to have raw video. It's going to have I think it said it's going to have dual CFast slots. Let me double check. Dual CFast Express slots. And of course, it's going to have anamorphic support, which is something at this point, the only camera that actually had support for dual 2x anamorphic would be the C500 Mark II, which that's definitely great. And so now you don't have to compromise on renting anamorphic lenses, because at least with Lens Pro to Go, you either had to rent 133x SLR Magic anamorphic lenses, which I've seen the different video tests of them, and I kind of don't like how they look. Just a bit too much graphic aberration for my liking. Which that's a 133 stretch, or you would have to stick with the 2x stretch and do a lot more cropping in post. That or rent a camera that can do 4x3, which at this point was what? GH4, GH5, GH5S, and Blackmagic's most recent cameras, the Ursa Mini 4.6K, both generations, the Pocket 4K, Pocket 6K. And of course, all the other cinema cameras like RE, Red. I'm not even sure Panasonic or Sony's cinema cameras actually have that offering, but so ultimately, I'm honestly excited to see what Canon is going to be doing to try to compete with the current camera space, because for kind of like the hybrids, photo, video, a lot of people are definitely switching to Panasonic or Sony. I personally have switched to Sony. And when it comes to cinema cameras, I mean, yes, people are using cameras like the C500 Mark II, and probably going to be using the C300 Mark II, because Canon's cinema series cameras are really running gun friendly for the type of work. But I definitely feel like they designed the EOS R5 to be a major disruptor. And I'm definitely looking forward to seeing if the catch, I'm suspecting that the EOS R5 is going to have is nothing more than just like, okay, you have to deal with a major price tag, which the fact that the C300 Mark III is going to be only $11,000 for pre-order right now, it kind of leads me to believe that the EOS R5 is definitely going to be less than that, or maybe around that ballpark. I hope not, but I'm just speculating at this point. So those are kind of my thoughts about it. I want to know what you think. Leave a comment saying what you think of the EOS R5 and the C300 Mark III. My name is Ryan, and I'm out. Peace.